Hi friends, I'm so excited to share something new with you. The 28-day Grace Challenge. This is not a hustle, it's not about going hard, it's about starting soft. This is a weekly challenge and a monthly challenge all in one. Each week, we're gently building habits that nourish the soul, the body, and the space around us, and the creative parts of us too. We're going to start small. 10 minutes of quiet time, 10 minutes of movement, 10 minutes of reading or art, 10 minutes of cleaning, drinking more water, and eating with intention. Each week, we grow a little, adding time, adding depth, and giving ourselves grace in the process. If you've been wanting a reset that doesn't pressure you, but encourages you, then this is for you. Follow along with my daily updates, weekly vlogs, grab the tracker, and let's go slow and steady together. One grace-filled step at a time. I wanted to make sure that I was well prepared for this challenge. So I started off on Sunday going shopping and getting the food that I need for the week and creating a rough meal plan for the week ahead. I then went through my calendar and allotted all the time that I needed over the next month for the cleaning, quiet time, and art and creativity. I knew that throughout the day that I was going to achieve the movement for this week. Next week I will add it in. And then lastly, I wrote out on my calendar all the chores that I wanted to achieve each day. I know that maybe some days they might be a little bit different, but I just wanted to have a plan in place to get myself prepared for this week ahead. So let's get on to day one. I wanted to start the day off well, so began by having my Moody Pre and Probiotics pink lemonade drink. I then made sure that I had filled up my water bottle. Since my goal this week is only 1.5 litres, I didn't fill up multiple water bottles today. For breakfast, I just had a coffee. At morning tea time, I had a protein bar. And while it's not a goal that I'm aiming for during this challenge, I am trying to add more protein into my day. I walked to and from work and thankfully missed the rain. For lunch, I had yogurt, muesli, and frozen berries, and then I spent the next couple of hours in the afternoon editing videos. I'm just having some apple and carrots for my afternoon tea. For dinner today, I had avocado on toast, something simple but enjoyable. For my quiet time today, I went through the devotional on the YouVersion Bible app, and then I also ended it with some prayer. I'm happy to say that for day one, I achieved all of my goals. I started my day by doing my 10 minutes of cleaning and putting away the dishes, and then preparing my meals for today. I have prepared most of my meals for today. I have my Moody blend drink, my morning tea. I have lunch, which is just like a yogurt and parfait with muesli. And then I have afternoon tea, which is carrots, apple, and rice crackers. My breakfast this morning was avocado on toast and, of course, a coffee. So I've just finished getting ready for work, and I have been asked to work all day at school today, which means I'll be working 10 hours today. So right now, I was just about to leave, but now I have to go and pack my whole lunch to bring to school. So I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to actually have to drive today. So my 10 minutes of movement may not be completed because it is raining today and I have to take children home. I think I'm going to drive. I've got to get myself ready so I get a car park. So hope you guys all have had a good day. I have gotten 8,000 steps in almost an hour and a half of active minutes, so I'm happy with that. I went over my calorie goal today, but I'm in my target range, so I'm also happy with that, and I reached almost 100 grams of protein. Everything is logged in. Dinner is an estimate as that was given to me and prepared for me, so I wasn't able to put in the exact measurements, and I also completed my water goal. I have my water and my Moody drink ready for this morning. For morning tea today, I'm having the caramel chocolate chunk Quest protein bar. Since getting my hair cut short the other week, I haven't done 2 braids in my hair, so I'm gonna try that out today for my hairstyle. Today has been successful so far. I have had my 1.5 liters of water. I've done my 10 minutes of exercise. I've done 10 minutes of cleaning this morning. I've eaten pretty well today, and this evening I'm going to have my quiet time and be creative. Starting tomorrow, I have a little change in my routine where I have to leave home about 15 minutes earlier to go pick up a young girl who goes to the same school that I work at. A shout out to that girl, she knows who she is, she's one of my subscribers. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning for day 4. It is almost 9 o'clock at night, and I've just been asked to work a full day again tomorrow. So I was going to get ready for bed in another hour, but I've decided I'm going to get myself ready for bed now and prepare what I need for the morning, because it's going to be another long day and I just want to make sure that I'm ready and prepared for whatever tomorrow brings. I started my preparation by just taking off all my makeup for the day, and I was discussing about how I'd really like to utilize my evenings a little bit better and not just sit down and relax straight away, but to do some healthy habits first and then the rest of the evening be used for relaxation. I then went into the kitchen and prepared my morning tea and a lunch for the following day, as I knew that I could have afternoon tea, breakfast, and dinner while I was at home. My plan also was to go to bed straight after I had prepared everything, but unfortunately, I ended up working on editing for a little bit, so I was unable to get an early night, but I still managed to get plenty of sleep. It is day 4 of the challenge today, and as mentioned, got a full day today. One thing that I'm grateful for today is the fact that I did plan my meals the night before. I'm gonna see if I can get myself into the habit of doing that. It helps with a lot of time and time management in the morning, and especially now that I have to leave home about 15 minutes earlier, I think it's going to help in the long run, especially because that probably takes like 15 minutes to get done anyway. You might hear in my voice, it sounds a little croaky. I'm not sure if I'm getting sick. There's a lot of illnesses going around at the moment, but I feel okay. So I'm just going to do everything that I can and maybe head to the supermarket later today and get a few cold and flu tablets just in case something's coming on and I need to make sure I'm looking after myself. I'm all ready for my day. I've got everything in this bag here, and now I have to go and walk. As I was picking up the young girl today, it took me about 10 minutes to walk to her house, and then it took us about 15 minutes to walk to school. So altogether, I got in 25 minutes of movement. Good morning. It is day 5 of the challenge, and it's a really lovely day outside today. Quite foggy and wintry and cold, and I like that kind of day. And I'd really like to walk in it, but I am not feeling the best, especially with my throat is still playing up today. So I am making the decision to drive today. I've got to pick up that girl today as well, so I'm doing that to look after myself. Just in case I am getting sick, I really want to make sure that I'm still looking after my physical health and not overdoing it just in case I am sick. I'm gonna go and pick up a coffee and just make my morning as restful and my day as restful as I can. For day 5 of the challenge, I managed to get in 100 active minutes and 9,354 steps. I think that's pretty good considering I was feeling unwell yesterday. I didn't add in all of my food. On Friday, I kind of have Friday night as a treat night. I did order pizza for lunch. I did have a really yummy chicken wrap for dinner, and then I had a couple of chocolate chip cookies. I'm not going to feel guilty about that. I do like to have a treat on a Friday evening. And I just realized I didn't add in my water goal. I did have 2 bottles of water. So I've gotten 2.3 liters of water. I just wanted to do a quick recap on my week and the challenges that I faced, things that I'm still working on, and things that are going well for me at the moment. So if I think about the 6 things that I was working on, one was quiet time with God. I do find this has always been a challenging area for me to just have that quiet time with God, especially reading the Bible. And the week started off really well. I'm finding that my quiet times are more about just having a relationship with Him and talking to Him. While I feel like I didn't succeed in reading the Bible as such, I did succeed in growing in my relationship with Him and overcoming certain things that had been going on in my life. Number two was drinking water. For the most part, I did drink 1.5 liters every day. Some days I drank more. Every day I actually managed to reach that goal. I did manage to get in 10 minutes of movement every day. Some days it was more of just getting in active minutes, not necessarily a 10-minute exercise time. And because of weather or because I was working long days. Overall, I feel like I succeeded in that area as well. Every day I did manage to do some cleaning. It wasn't really the plan that I had originally set out on my calendar. I didn't really follow that at all. I kind of just saw where I needed to do cleaning and just did it from there. One of the other goals was art and creativity. And while I was creative in doing these videos, it wasn't necessarily the creative idea that I was originally thinking about. I was hoping to do a little bit more of my art journal that we are doing in class at the moment. I'm a bit behind in that and I don't have to do that, but it is a really fun activity for me to do. I also didn't do any reading, but with doing this next challenge, that is going to be one of my focuses, is doing the reading again. And lastly, the one that I probably had the most struggle with was food. While there are days that I can do really well with eating and make really good choices, I do fall back into old habits. And now that I'm no longer as stressed as I used to be, I'm still going to those old habits anyway, as if my body is still in that stress position. So that is going to be a focus for next week. As part of my new challenge, I'm also going to be on a really low calorie deficit for the next week. At least I'm going to try for it. I'm just taking each day as it comes, but focusing on that low calorie deficit. So overall, I feel like week 1 of the 28-day grace challenge was okay. This is about growth and it is about learning and reflecting on the things that I didn't do as well and how I can improve that. So I'm not going to sit here and tell myself that it was a failure. I'm tired of doing that, and I'm sure other people go through that same thing of feeling like they failed. Life is about growth and learning, and that's how I want to see this challenge. Next week, my challenge is going to be trying out the 75 soft. It is only going to be for 1 week, but you never know if I might continue that, to kind of just push myself a little bit further, especially mentally and physically. Thank you so much for being with me during week 1 of this challenge, and I look forward to seeing how week 2 goes. If you haven't already, I would absolutely love it if you could like and subscribe or share this with someone else who might need some encouragement, or even if you need some encouragement, I would love to hear from you. See you next week for the next challenge.